Good evening, everyone. It's me, Drive Ghost, and welcome to part 2 of the absurd scaling of Dragon Ball Z. Today we're tackling the Android Saga / Cell Saga, the part where scaling starts to really reach levels. So let's just jump right into it. So let's start with Cell. Before we properly get into Cell, we have to set up a little bit beforehand. So, after absorbing life essence from Piccolo and countless humans, Imperfect Cell was massively stronger than Android 17, who's stronger than Android 18, who previously overpowered Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Vegeta should be of training, plus the time he spent training on Yardrat, seeing as how Vegeta was able to overwhelm Android 19 after they had absorbed energy from Super Saiyan Goku. So Super Saiyan Vegeta is at least equal to, or potentially even stronger than, Super Saiyan Goku. This means that the androids and Imperfect Cell already completely outclass star-level power, as shown in the Frieza saga, considering that Piccolo was also equal to Android 17. After absorbing Android 17, Cell was able to one-shot Android 16, who he was previously struggling heavily against. This means that Semi-Perfect Cell is, bare minimum, double the power of his imperfect form and likely much more. Vegeta, with his newly acquired Ascended Super Saiyan, which is more powerful than Super Saiyan, though inefficient in several ways, was easily dominating Semi-Perfect Cell in a fight. After absorbing Android 18, Cell achieves his perfect form, which is massively stronger, with Ascended Super Saiyan now being unable to damage him with basic attacks, like kicks and punches and stuff like that, which barely shook Perfect Cell. Until his fight against Goku, the only thing that damaged his perfect form was Vegeta's Final Flash, an attack that seemed to use a majority of Vegeta's ki in his Ascended Super Saiyan form. And Cell did have to dodge this last second, showing that even though he was for the most part outclassed, by simply using an attack with all of his ki, characters like Vegeta can overwhelm stronger opponents. And now let's get into the meat of the Saiyan forms, Mastered Super Saiyan. After spending less than a year in the hyperbolic time chamber because they left early, Goku and Gohan mastered Super Saiyan, increasing its power to a notable degree, while minimizing the strain it puts on them, allowing them to basically just go around casually while transformed. Mastered Super Saiyan allowed Goku to match and, at one point, overwhelm Perfect Cell. However, while Goku was going all out, it's unclear if Cell was, because Goku seems to imply that Cell could have been holding back, though given that Goku was overwhelming him at one point, it can be assumed that he was at least close to 100%, maybe going 80 or 90%, just getting warmed up partway through the battle. Either way, they were relative to each other. And now we start to get into the true evolution of Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 2. While Gohan's immense power in this scene was due to both Super Saiyan 2 and a Rage Boost, the power of Super Saiyan 2 alone shouldn't be ignored, as it's twice the power of Super Saiyan with no noticeable strain, meaning that they didn't necessarily need to take any additional time to master it because it didn't seem to be too heavy on Gohan's body. This form allowed Gohan to easily overwhelm Cell and one-shot his Cell Juniors. And there are a bunch of different statements regarding the power of the Cell Juniors, but the point is, they're at least somewhat relative to Perfect Cell, considering that one of them stopped and deflected a Final Flash. And while this Final Flash may have been weaker than the one used against Cell, the point is, it was a powerful attack and they easily deflected it. And here's where the broken nature of Cell really starts to shine through. After self-destructing, Cell regenerates and, due to his Saiyan cells, receives a massive Zenkai boost in addition to several smaller ones he received in his previous fights against Vegeta, Goku, and Gohan. In his new super perfect form, Cell had enough ki to destroy the entire solar system, a statement many people doubt the validity of, but it is confirmed by several guidebooks, and in one video game he actually does it. Gohan manages to match Cell's full power Kamehameha, which seemingly used a majority of his ki. Gohan was heavily injured and unable to use one of his arms, and while he did receive help from Goku in the afterlife, it's heavily implied that Gohan was a large part of the father-son Kamehameha winning the clash. Especially when you take into account that Gohan was heavily injured from fighting Cell beforehand and tanking an attack to save Vegeta. Gohan, likely at full power with Super Saiyan 2, like if he got a Senzu Bean or something, could have matched this level of power from Cell, regardless. So, ending off in the Cell Saga, we've easily reached Solar System level power. And it only gets crazier from here. We're getting into the Buu Saga next, and scaling there is freaking all over the place. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss that one if you aren't aware of scaling in the Buu Saga. So, I'll see you guys in that next video.